Good morning, good afternoon, or good night whenever you're listening to this podcast. This is Ixchel Pineda, and I'd like to talk about three relevant things that I found while in our course, right? The first thing would be something actually we saw in our last class, which was babies not being able to speak. Let's say, hypothetically, we taught a baby how to speak in the mother's womb. Let's say that's possible. They would be born, but they wouldn't be able to speak really because their vocal cords, it's not only the cognitive part that's not ready, it's also the physical part. For babies, newborn babies, their primary function is to scream and cry, keep their parents up all night. That's what their vocal cords are for at that age. After that comes cooing, then babbling, and then speaking until they're way more mature. But that's the first thing I'd like to point out that was extremely interesting to me that I actually didn't know. The second thing are heritage languages, which a person that has a heritage language are those people who have been exposed to a particular language in childhood but did not learn it to its full capacity due to being surrounded by a different, more dominant language, which would be those, for example, indigenous kids and indigenous communities with a foreign language being surrounded by a different language, right? Let's say a kid that is Garifuna and learned Garifuna, but then they moved to Utah, something like that, somewhere where their culture isn't really known. Then they learn English and suppress their Garifuna, probably only to speak it or listen to it, and remain not fully aware of what that language entails because it's so suppressed. The third thing I'd like to point out seems extremely superficial, but I really did not know this. There's a site called Storyline Online, and I didn't know this website. I opened it for our homework and our project, and I saw so many famous people that I did not expect reading little kids' stories for them. For example, Hugh Jackman. What is that man doing there reading stories for children? It's just something extremely interesting, and I will be implementing this in my classes from now on. Thank you very much, and that would be all for my podcast. I hope you enjoyed.